You'll be remembering these for all the wrong reasons. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 worst games of 2017. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we'll be focusing on the 2017 releases that were widely regarded as the absolute worst of the worst, ones that you wouldn't want to play under any circumstances. For the record, we are also creating a list of the top 10 most disappointing games of 2017. So if you're looking for certain mainstream titles with some loot box problems, go check there. Number 10, Perception.
1,000 sketches, 1,000,000 hours of research, and finally, I found it.
While playing as Cassie, a blind woman who can see through Daredevil-style echolocation,